On this episode of Camp Outside, we do a review of the campground at Indiana Dunes State Park. Check it out. Hey guys, I'm Kevin with Camp Outside, your inside source for all things outside. Today we're going to do a review of the campground at Indiana Dunes State Park. Indiana Dunes State Park is right on Lake Michigan. It's an awesome place to camp, and the state park is surrounded by Indiana Dunes National Park. It's a relatively new national park. It's been a national lakeshore for a long time, but just got bumped up to national park status not too long ago. So we're going to take a look at the campground in the state park. Indiana Dunes State Park is located in Chesterton, Indiana, right on Lake Michigan. It's just east of Chicago, with easy access from Lafayette or Indianapolis or Fort Wayne or southern Michigan. Indiana Dunes State Park isn't a very large state park, but it is surrounded by Indiana Dunes National Park, so there is plenty to see and do. There's some amazing hiking trails, and Lake Michigan is fantastic. Here's the campground at Indiana Dunes State Park. It's not a very large campground, but it was very nice. We really enjoyed our stay, and the amenities are first rate. Here's a look at the campground map. As you can see, the campground is split into two loops. You have a west loop and an east loop. We're going to take a look at both. Let's take a look at the camp store. The camp store is located just after the gatehouse on the way into the campground. You can park in the campground itself or outside the campground. It's a nice building with lots of items for sale, everything from some food amenities to camping gear that you might have forgot at home. You can also buy firewood. This campground has full service restroom facilities as well as some pit toilets. Let's take a look. So each camping loop has a full service restroom facility equipped with running water, hot showers, flush toilets, and also a handicapped restroom facility. This is the restroom in the east loop. As you can see, it's quite a large building. It looked fairly new when we were there, and it was really nice. And then this is the restroom facility in the west loop, and they're both very similar. Next, I'm going to take you inside the men's restroom. Now, I never go in the women's restroom, so sorry, ladies, you're on your own. So this is a look inside the men's restroom. As you can see, there are lots of sinks and mirrors. And I shot this early in the morning on a weekend, so it was a little dirty from the night before. They hadn't come in and cleaned it yet. But as you can see, there are both regular and handicapped stalls. There's urinals. And then these are all showers to the right, with a handicapped shower stall on the end. You know, really nice shower stalls, lots of room, lots of privacy. Grab bars in the handicapped shower, and then here is a regular shower. Next, we're going to take a look inside the handicapped restroom. So this is inside the handicapped restroom, and it's between the men's and women's restroom in these large buildings. So a commode with plenty of grab bars, a shower, with a seat in it, and then obviously a sink. Simple but useful. There are also two pit toilet facilities located in the campground, one in the west loop and one in the east loop, and they are located towards the outer ends of the loops. So here's a look at the one in the east loop. So they're the newer type of pit toilet facilities. Some Indiana state parks have the old style. This is the new style, which is much nicer. Granted, there is no sink or running water, but typically there's a water station not too far away where you can at least rinse your hands. And this is the pit toilet in the west loop. This campground has two playgrounds. Let's take a look. So if you ask my youngest son, the playground is the most important aspect of a campground. And this campground has two nice little playgrounds that's suitable for younger kids. We're going to take a look at the one in the east loop first. This is very close to the restroom, which is nice. And it's got a nice climbing apparatus with some slides and that kind of thing. And then this is the one in the west loop with some swings and a fun stegosaurus looking climbing apparatus and some monkey bars sand bottom, definitely a nice little playground. Between the east and the west loops of the campground, there's a picnic pavilion. Let's take a look. If you're camping with a group, I really like the picnic pavilions that they provide inside the campground. So there's one picnic pavilion in this campground located at the red arrow, and it's right between the east and west loop. And as you can see, it's not very big, but it has its own fire pit and its own charcoal grill. And with the roof there, you're out of the elements. Really nice. There's also one other thing I want to mention. There's 2 water fill stations when you enter the campground. So you can fill at either one of those stations before you take your RV or camper trailer to your site. To get a better idea what the campground looks like, let's go for a driving tour. So we're going to start from the main road and turn into the campground itself, go through the gatehouse, and then into the west loop, as you can see by the red path. So here we go as we start out. We're turning into the campground from the main road. And on our left is going to be some excess car parking. And we're now heading towards the gatehouse. On our right is parking for the camp store if you want to park without entering the campground itself. If you go to the right of the gatehouse, you can check in. If you go to the left, that is re-entry since we already had our pass. The lady's going to wave us through. To the right is the camp store. And we are going to take a left into the west loop. Passing the water fill station there on the right. And then as you can see, the campsite numbers are painted on the driveway. I really liked how these campsites had the painted numbers. It made finding them really easy. So we're passing campsites 1 through 8 on the right. The campsites were all paved, which is great for RVs and travel trailers and that kind of thing. It isn't as good if you have a tent, especially a tent that needs to be staked into the ground, but all the sites had plenty of grass. So you had plenty of places to pitch tents. There's a dumpster for your trash, and as you can see, we're passing sites 9 through 24. And as you can see, they're sequential. So here's 15 and 16, and then you're going to pass 17 on the left and 18 on the right. The sites on the outer edge of this loop are not that deep. The site goes right up to a sand dune, which is really cool. So if you don't need a long site or a deep site for backing trailers and things, the outer edge loops against the sand dune are really cool. There's the pit toilet. And as we make our turn, we're going to pass sites 25 and 26 to the right and sites 24 and 27 to the left. And if you went straight there along that path, that would have taken you to the playground. And now we're making our way from sites 27 all the way to 43. And there's the main restroom facility on the right. As you can see, there's a little place to park there, so you can park. You can drive to the restroom if you need to, which is sometimes handy, especially when you have little kids. So the campsites are obviously pretty open, so there's not a whole lot of privacy, not a lot of vegetation between each site. But there are plenty of shade trees, which makes camping here really nice. As you can see, those tents there are pitched under trees. Okay, so we are going to continue our traversing the west loop. So we're going to follow the path of the red line. And we're going to finish up the west loop. So this road we're on is obviously a two-way road, but the loops themselves are one-way. So as we turn here, we're going to go past sites 44 to 64. And as you can see, this is a one-way road. So there was a lot of mixed use in this campground. There were a lot of RVs and travel trailers, as you can see, but there were also a lot of tent campers. Passing the restroom again. There's also another dumpster. It was very easy to get rid of your trash in this campground. There was plenty of dumpsters around the campsites. And as you can see, off to the right there is the playground in the West Loop. And we're going to make our way around. And so that's Site 64 on the left, and then we're going to continue on from Site 65 to Site 82. So the sites on the left back up to sites on the loop, but the sites are still pretty good size. The sites on the right back up to the campground entrance road. Here's another dumpster. This is also a great campground for kids, as there's plenty of opportunities to ride your bikes around the campgrounds. I know my son absolutely loved that and got to ride bikes with some kids. So he was definitely happy. So that's a look at the West Loop. So now we're going to head off into the East Loop, and we're going to basically drive around the outer loop, as you can see by the red line. So as we turn left, if you turned left right there, that would take you into one of the water fill stations. And then we're passing campsite 83 on the left, and then 84 on the right is the second fill station. And this loop is one way. So there's the main restroom facility in the East Loop, and another dumpster on the right. So we're going to pass sites 85 through 90. And there are only sites on the left here. There's no sites on the right, as the park road is on the other side of those trees on the right-hand side. There's another dumpster. And as we make our way around, we're going to pass sites 91 through 94 on the right. And I faked myself out. I thought I was going to turn there, but I wanted to keep going to do the sites in order. The outer loop sites are numbered lower than the middle sites. So the path to the right takes you to the nature center, and there's the other pit toilet. And as you can see, this road is right up against the sand dune. So we're passing sites 95 to 117. So again, the sites on the right are right up against the sand dune, so they're not very deep. But as you can see, you can get a travel trailer in there if you want to. We did see a lot of pop-ups and tents use this site while we were there, though. This section of the campground has a lot of trees, which makes for some great shade. But, as I said before, not a whole lot of privacy. So as we come up to the turn, you can see the picnic pavilion ahead of you a little bit. And to the right there is Trail 4, which can take you to Lake Michigan. So we're going to pass sites 115 through 120. And then we're going to pass sites 139 and 140 on the right. There's another little parking area if you need to drive to the restroom. All right, and then we're going to continue on that section that we were just on for 85 through 90, but then we're going to cut down the middle of the loop. There's the water fill station again on the right. If you were exiting, you would have gone right instead of left. There's a nice boardwalk from the campground to Lake Michigan as well. So there were a lot of folks who would just walk from the campground to the beach, which was really, really nice. You didn't have to drive to the beach. Okay, so now instead of going straight, we're going to turn left, and we're going to go by sites 121 to 138. And there are water fountains and water bottle fill stations located around the campground, which makes getting water really easy, especially for tent campers. We were camped right next to one of the fill stations, so we just would get our water there. And there's the restroom on the left. And straight ahead is the playground for the East Loop. And as we come out, we're going to pass sites 139 and 140 again. And instead of turning left, we're going to turn right and go past the fill station and towards the exit of the campground. And that's a driving tour of Indiana Dunes State Park's campground. So guys, I hope you found that campground review useful for the next time you plan your stay at Indiana Dunes State Park. I highly recommend Indiana Dunes State Park. It was a fantastic place to stay, especially while exploring the national park. So whether you're exploring the national park or the state park or just the surrounding area, definitely put Indiana Dunes State Park's campground on your bucket list of places to stay. I want to thank my sponsor for this video, Mount Comfort RV. Mount Comfort RV is just east of Indianapolis, and they have a full selection of RVs. So if you need an RV, a travel trailer, a fifth wheel, a pop-up, whatever you need, a toy hauler, go check out Mount Comfort RV. Tell them Kemp Outside sent you. Mount Comfort RV, thanks for being such a tremendous sponsor of Kemp Outside and providing an RV for us to do this summer tour. Guys, they also have a parts department, a full service department, and a rental fleet. So check them out. Guys, Kemp Outside exists to help moms and dads take their kids camping, hiking, fishing, learn about nature, and develop a conservation ethic. We want to help you get you and your kids outside. So definitely, if you have any questions about Indiana Dunes State Park or any of the other parks we visited this trip, definitely drop something in the comments below or hit me up on my other social media. I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter. All links are down in the description below. I'd love to hear from you. And guys, this is just one of the 6 state parks we visited in Indiana on this trip. So if you're looking for content on other state parks in Indiana, definitely hit that subscribe button, that little bell icon that notifies you when we release new videos, and hit that like button for me on this video. We're going to be bringing you a whole lot more content, including individual campsite reviews from Indiana Dunes State Park, as well as a lot of other state parks. I've got a lot of content from Indiana still to come. So if you love to camp in Indiana state parks, you're definitely going to want to stay tuned to our channel. We release new videos every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time right here on YouTube. Our Monday and Friday videos are going to be focused on Indiana campsites and campgrounds. Our Tuesday video is campgrounds in other parts of the country, and then our Thursday videos are on a wide range of topics, including camping, hiking, fishing, how-to videos, gear reviews, tips and tricks, and a whole lot more. So guys, stay tuned to Kemp Outside. Follow us on Facebook. We're going to be doing some new gear giveaways coming up, and if you don't have one yet, make sure that you send me your address for a Kemp Outside sticker. We send those out free of charge, and that is how you enter our free gear giveaways. We give away some awesome stuff, guys. So if you haven't yet got your Camp Outside sticker, definitely hit me up, and I would love to send you one for free. Guys, thanks for watching Camp Outside. We will see you next time.